My name is Erin Carey, and I am a survivor of mental illness. My journey with mental health began long before an official diagnosis. Before I go any further, let me remind you that I'm not a medical health professional. I cannot treat or cure a disease, and my story is my own. There is no one size fits all with brain disorders. Now, back to the beginning. As an infant, I was colicky, very colicky. I had frequent ear infections and ended up with severe asthma. I was on numerous rounds of antibiotics, allergy shots every 6 weeks, steroids, and many different kinds of inhalers. As I grew older, I always had a massive sweet tooth. I couldn't turn down anything sweet. At one point in high school, I consumed 8 Boston cream pie donuts in one sitting. 8. Due to a traumatic incident I witnessed as a 9-year-old, I also suffered from PTSD and soon was diagnosed with clinical depression. I was going to regular counseling and on an antidepressant by the time I was 15. Now, by the time I was 18, my lows had switched to crazy fun highs, and I received the new diagnosis of bipolar disorder. Now, let me clear something up. Bipolar disorder is not for crazy people, okay? There are many fully functioning humans who suffer from bipolar disorder. What it means is that I'm either a really good time, life of the party, staying up all night and conquering the world and achieving my goals, or I'm unable to get out of my bed and my body has physically shut down on me because I'm in such a dark depression. This was my normal. I always lived in extremes. I loved people and life and fun. I was smart, passing all of my college classes, and I even made the president's list. Most people would have no idea that I struggled with this. Finding the right medication was really hard. There were nasty side effects: weight gain, body acne, a droopy mouth. But by the time I got settled on one that I felt worked, I was also really numb to the world, almost devoid of any natural human emotion. Did it save me from self-destructive habits? Yes, but I hated it. I won't go into every single detail here, but eventually I did turn to food and alcohol to cope with my inability to feel anything anymore. And my alcohol abuse led me to get pregnant with my first child. Now, this was a turning point. I had to go off my mood stabilizer, but I could stay on my antidepressant. I was determined to get healthy for the life that was living inside of me. I started exercising when my daughter was a few years old. Then I started adjusting my diet. My mood improved with these changes, which really got me thinking, what more could I be doing naturally to help my mind? I married the man of my dreams in 2009. Ironically, he's a counselor. He wasn't my counselor, though. I'm not shady. And we had a child together in 2013. Not long after his birth, I heard about gut health and how my gut bacteria could be affecting my mental health. I remember looking at a checklist of candida overgrowth, and it mentioned so many of these things that I struggled with my whole life: sugar cravings, infections, frequent antibiotic use, feeling tired, skin conditions, brain fog, inability to concentrate, bloating and stomach problems, frequent headaches. The list went on. I decided to try some problems I thought would help improve my gut, and I started more research on the gut-brain connection. I was fascinated to find out that my entire medical history from birth on shows signs of poor gut health. That no wonder I struggled mentally. I read about the enteric nervous system and the vagus nerve and the fact that 80 to 90% of our serotonin is produced in the gut. I learned that maybe it wasn't the chemicals in my brain that were off. Maybe it was the fact that my body wasn't producing enough neurotransmitters to support my brain. Light bulb after light bulb. If I could improve the health of my gut, I could improve the health of my brain. I was consistent on probiotics to address the gut dysbiosis I was struggling with. I added magnesium and an omega supplement. Fast forward to now. I've actually been off all of my medication for over 5 years. Am I healed? No. I take extra good care of myself. I get good rest, eat right, exercise, go to counseling every month, and take my supplements. I'm hyper alert for any triggers, anything that'll throw me off. I'm surrounded by a loving support system, and I'm aware that at any time I could have a relapse of my illness. Now, maybe one day I will need a rescue med, as my counselor phrases it, but for right now, I have found a time of maintenance for my health, a place of stability. I truly believe that learning to take care of my gut and supplementing with probiotics is a missing puzzle piece I've been looking for so long. I am so grateful for the constant research on the gut-brain connection and products that make a difference. They are no substitute for medication, but they definitely make a difference. They're unlike anything else out there. It has definitely changed everything for me.